On your way, no one he know. On your way, no one he know. No one he know, no way. No one he know, no way. On your way, no one he know. On your way, no one he know. No one he know, no way.
It's been a really great event and heard so many amazing perspectives. I really love how many diverse like fields were represented in ways of seeing the Great Lakes and what we need to do to protect them. And I try to think about that in my own life. I always say that practicing law, when I practice law, I say what I'm supposed to say. And when I write poetry, I say what I need to say. Um, and so I'm going to read a poem. It's called "When I Set the Sweetgrass Down," and I hope it kind of fills us with strength before we leave. Uh, I, I I'd like to tell a little story about how I wrote this poem. Um, and especially thinking about things in terms of, we've talked a lot about relationship with the natural world. And one of the really cool things about the title of this conference is right relationship with the natural world. I don't think it's possible to deny that we all live in relationship with the natural world. We may not acknowledge that, but the sun is shining on us. The trees are breathing the oxygen that we breathe in and taking in the carbon dioxide that we breathe out. The relationship is there, but what's not always there is whether that relationship is right. Um, and I often quote many of the really shocking ecological stats to different groups, people that don't understand this, but I guess it's worth repeating here. We're living at a time when 100 species a day are being driven to extinction. Natural extinction rates are one species every 5 years. So 100 a day, one species every 5 years. There's a really amazing group called I think they're called the Living Planet Index, and they track the loss of biodiversity. And they have found that since 1970, the planet has lost 72% of all vertebrate creatures on Earth. That's 53 years ago. It doesn't take very long before there's no vertebrate species left on Earth. Freshwater systems, of course, are the hardest hit, with as much as 85% of the creatures that existed in freshwater systems in 1970 are gone, destroyed, and we're unlikely to get those back anytime soon. So to me, it's really clear to me that the planet is being murdered, and if drastic things don't happen, we have a terminal planet. And when we're talking about right relationship, I often think about what if I was terminal? What if somebody was, infecting me with a fever that's going to burn myself to death, is pumping my bloodstream full of poison, is lacerating my skin and blocking my arteries. My friends can tell me that they live in relationship with me, and they can reassure me that they love me, and they can reassure me that they really care about me really deeply. But a true friend, someone living in right relationship, would stop the murder of me. And I think that that's what we really have to do. And I think we have to think about it in that way. Right relationship is our mother is being beaten in the street in front of us. The right thing to do is stop the beating however we can. So I wrote this poem when I set the Sweetgrass down. I got fined by the Bureau of Land Management. I got fined $50,000 for building a pit outhouse in this place in Nevada, Thacker Pass, in the middle of a 1,200 acre pit that they want to put 400 feet deep. I built some pit outhouses with my good friend Max Wilbert so that Paiute elders could go to the bathroom there. We got fined $50,000 because in the United States, if you're a corporation, you're allowed to shit all over the land. But if you're a human being, you're not. And some of the Paiute grandmas who we've been working with gave me some sweetgrass and told me to pray when I felt anxious about that $50,000 fine. And when I tried to pray, this was the poem that happened. Too often these days, I cannot make the sweetgrass meet the flame. The fragrance is a borrowed prayer anyway. My ancestors, fallen over a continent and an ocean away, forgot how. Or maybe, never knowing my great-grandmothers, I lost them too. And neither Bridget, Christ, the Creator, or even a common ghost ever answers. Oh yes, I constantly look to the heavens. But the moon is too far to hear, the stars too beautiful to care, and the sun, well, he's too busy keeping everyone alive. It's better to look to your friends. So I do, and on the other side of the glass, a mother bear ignores the thorns and shakes blackberries out for her cubs. Her prayers are evident in the blackish blue stains on her cubs' happy faces. I didn't hear her say anything, just some blood in the fallen leaves where the stickers got into her paws. She looked at me for a moment and nodded to a clearing in the bushes where my granddaughter played with her cubs. With no children nor gods or goddesses of my own, that little girl's hope haunted me. I set the sweetgrass down and turned back to my work. Working, wading through my own thorns, my sweat waters plants, my blood feeds the soil. The bile boiling in my stomach is a language the land understands. So let my labor be my prayer. Let my granddaughter see the scars blackberry bushes ripped into my skin. Let her taste those berries and paint her skin blue with juice instead of grief. That's how the bears pray, anyway. Thank you all for being here, and thank you.
On your way, no one know. On your way, no one know. No one know, no way. No one know, no way. On your way, no one know. On your way, no one know. No one know, no way. No one know, no way. No one know. No